This man was sent to prison in 1873. His mugshot was taken at this time, but his life of crime had started almost 30 years earlier. His name was George Snow, and he was born in 1824 in Headington, Oxfordshire, to John Snow and Eliza Joyce. He was one of 7 children born to the marriage. Tragedy struck the family when George was only 8 years old, as his mother passed away in 1832. In 1846, he was in trouble with the law for having cut and carried away a large arm of an oak tree, the property of Magdalen College. He was fined 2 shillings the value of the wood, a 10-shilling penalty, and 16 shillings 6 costs. In 1850, he was fined 2 shillings 1 pence for failing to pay his maintenance in the workhouse. The fact he was in the workhouse shows that times were hard. In August 1851, he married Anne Jacobs at St Paul's Church, Oxford, and they had a daughter Ruth in 1852. But in 1853, he was again in trouble, this time for stealing a quantity of lead from a building at the Headington Union. Snow's wife sold part of the lead, but as Snow said she acted under his instruction, she was not committed. He was sentenced to 1 month's imprisonment. In 1853, he was fined for assaulting Sarah Ward, and in 1856 he was fined for damaging a door hook. In 1861, he was fined alongside 3 other men for once again cutting the branch from an oak tree at Magdalen College. All 4 men were fined. In 1862, he was fined for assaulting his sister Eliza. By now he had 3 more children, with the additions of George, Mary and Frederick. He was working as a stonemason, and it seems he had stayed out of trouble for a number of years. But tragedy struck as his wife Anne passed away from tuberculosis in 1871. In 1873, he was in trouble for stealing a pair of boots, the property of Arthur Stowe. They were both drinking at the Royal Standard pub. Arthur Stowe left his boots in the settle in the tap room, and when he looked in the morning, they were gone. A gardener named Townsend said he saw the prisoner take off his own boots in the Royal Standard and put on a pair which he took from under the settle. P.C. Harrison took prisoner into custody on the 27th of August, when he said he knew nothing about the boots, but he took the boot produced off his foot. He said they were given to him by Mr. Oddie, who was the landlord of the Royal Standard, but Mr. Oddie said he never gave him the boots. He was sentenced to 4 calendar months imprisonment with hard labour. Just 1 year later, he was again sentenced to prison for being found in a dwelling house with unlawful purposes. In 1876, he was fined for causing unwillful damage. He passed away just a year later in 1877, aged 53. So rest in peace, George. You will be remembered.